Hello world and welcome to my world. Today we are going to talk about how do we tell the difference between right and wrong. Who doesn't like this subject? Because I know you like me. So who doesn't like this subject? It's free to watch Peppa Pig, Tom and Jerry, or do some other things. Who likes psychology and psychological things? Then this is the right place because I like psychology and we're going to talk about it. So let's begin. For instance, we know we must drink water and eat food in order to live because if we deprive ourselves of these essentials, we will eventually die. This qualifies as an epistemic necessity, something which is true according to our knowledge of the fact through our existence. However, observe a child trying to paint a picture of a landscape, and for sure the child will choose blue color for the sky. Asking the child why has chosen that color, the answer given will sound like because the sky is blue, driving to the fact that the child is expressing an epistemic possibility, meaning a belief based on what they think they know to be right and true, according to the limits of their own knowledge and experience. Telling to the kid that the sky might be easily a black one or a purple one will annoy it and would try to explain you that the sky is never black, even if replying back as it's night, so it might be black, but it just appears black as there isn't enough light to stimulate our color senses. So it seems the opinion of the kid is right. Therefore, a black sky is an epistemic impossibility, meaning it is wrong based on our belief. The given example draws clear lines between right and wrong, according to our knowledge, to what we think is good or bad, to our perceptions of the available facts. Distinguishing between right and wrong takes further steps when it involves moral and ethic issues, actions, and judgments. Deontology shows that part of philosophy of how people should behave according to a set of binding rules and principles. So, what's the right course to take in any given situation? Religious deontology contains the Ten Commandments of the Old Testament of the Bible, divine commandments derived from sacrosanct texts. The term deontology is formed from the ancient Greek, deon meaning duty or religion. Religious deontology requires individuals to accept laws and principles such as do not kill. Secular deontology, non-religious, it's shown by the writings of the German philosopher Immanuel Kant. In his theories such as utilitarianism and consequentialism, Kant is presenting the concepts founded by each one of them. John Stuart Mill and Jeremy Bentham, parents of the utilitarianism, believe that happiness is the highest ideal, the absolute good, and the moral worth of an action that can be measured by its contribution in maximizing pleasure and happiness for the greatest number of people. Consequentialism talks about consequence or ultimate end of action that gives and determines its validity no matter the action itself, if it's good or bad. In other words, the end justifies the means. Kant is denying the consequence based on action, no matter if it is right or wrong according to its outcome. In his vision, Kant says that human desires and emotions provide no rational basis for deciding what's wrong or right, and he brings the concept categorical imperative as a moral code, an expression of human being which must be in its nature good and just free from external factors, influences, and so on. Categorical imperative divides in three statements. First statement says that the moral choice falls in perfect and imperfect duties. Perfect duties are universal law that can apply to every human being and not determined by external conditions or context. Imperfect duties are available on circumstances, so are open for interpretation and can be disputed, like in the Acts of the Murderer dilemma. We're going to talk about it. Apparently, the first categorical imperative appears to be similar to the golden rule of ethic of reciprocity. Just a little example, don't hit another person if you don't want them to hit you back. So this is the first formulation. The second formulation states about human will, if truly autonomous with autonomy, should recognize the actions and duties of others. To use people as a mean to an end, no matter how worthy or appealing the possible outcome may seem, is to deny their own facility for free will and action. It is therefore essential to get an outcome that's equal and just for all, not just as a short-term personal objective. The third imperative states that the most apparent in the moral law says that it's wrong to lie, no matter the circumstances, because when lying, the truth and trust is distortionated. And if everybody lied, nobody would ever trust anybody else. An example for this would be like when wanting to visit your friend who is a sick one, you would pick up some flowers from the park, and if everyone would pick up the flowers that they see in the park, there will be none left in the park. Therefore, while wanting to make happy the sick friend who likes flowers, and it's an act of kindness and consideration shown, morally, it is wrong to do so, because the park will be and remain without flowers. As John Locke in his book called Some Thoughts and Concerning Education, written in 1693, was saying good and evil, rewards and punishment, are only motives to a rational creator. Let's talk about the axe murderer, where Kant has one of the most theories towards lying and truth. So late one night, there is a knock at your door while the psychopath is asking about your friends, and you are confronted by him holding the axe in his hands. You open the door knowing your friends are hiding upstairs under the bed. Do you tell him, to the psychopath, where your friends are hiding, or lying and send him away? Most people would choose the second option, to lie and send him away. Can't believe otherwise. That to lie would be to contradict the categorical imperative to always tell the truth, no matter of the outcome. So once the axe murderer has struck your friends, it's for sure will do the same to you. But at this point, you know for sure you died morally pure. About this was talking Kant. No matter what's happening, always tell the truth. No matter if you die, always tell the truth. So the main problem with applying Kant's deontology for the question, what's wrong and right, is the refusal to accept outcomes as a justified reason. To determine the moral worth of an action according to its outcome has its flaw, fault, and failing, and to deny them completely can often contradict common sense, like in this example with the axe murderer. Thank you for watching. This was all for today, and tell your opinion in the comment section. Subscribe if you want, and cheers.